Do you think of yourself or refer to yourself as a non-native English speaker? If you do, then in this video, I would like to share with you why calling yourself a non-native English speaker is actually not recommended. Especially if you want to display yourself as a successful foreign language learner, and most importantly, if you would like to participate in our mission to tackle the native speaker bias. So if you're new to our channel, my name is Ani and I'm currently working at President University, the Center for Language and Culture, where we provide a safe and friendly space to learn any foreign languages, especially English. So before I share with you the reasons why calling ourselves a non-native English speaker is not recommended, we will be happy if you would hit that little owl in the corner to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that every time we upload a video you're gonna get notified. So the first reason why calling ourselves a non-native speaker of English is not recommended has something to do with the prefix none. As we know, if you check in the dictionary, prefix none has negative meanings. So the first meaning of prefix none is related to the absence of something. So think about the terms like non-alcoholic drink, the absence of alcohol in that particular beverage, non-active, which is inactive or passive. So if you call yourself a non-native English speaker, this may mean that you are lacking of that nativeness quality. Another meaning of a prefix none is related to something that is not important. Thinking about yourself as a non-native English speaker may show that you are less important than those native English speakers, or that you are worthless as, somebody who actually has a positive quality, because in addition to your native language, you're able to communicate in, different languages. Another meaning of none is related to lacking a positive quality. So it is almost related to the first meaning, which is the absence of something. So when you talk about that you are lacking of a positive quality, then it simply means that you have the inferior quality. So the second reason why calling yourself a non-native English speaker is not recommended is related to your quality as academician or professional. We need to realize that not everybody have positive attitude towards speakers of English as an additional language or foreign language. So for example, if you send your CV to an employer and you write in your CV as a non-native English speaker, then your employer may consider that you are less qualified, especially if they expect the native speaker quality. So as soon as your prospective employer sees that you call yourself a non-native speaker in your CV, and if that employer has a negative perception towards the non-native speaker, so without even considering your quality as a non-native English speaker, your prospective employer is going to send your CV directly to the trash can, which is very sad. So I would say that labeling yourself as a non-native English speaker is going to close the possible professional opportunities that you dream of. So finally, the last reason why calling yourself as a non-native English speaker is not recommended is related to your status or your identity as a speaker of an additional language. When you call yourself or you label yourself with something less positive, with something negative, it will impact your positive identity or your powerful status as somebody who actually has a superior quality or powerful quality or positive quality, which is mastering a foreign language. When you present yourself in an academic or professional forums, then of course you need to display your positive quality. One way to do it is by connecting yourself to something that has a positive impact. So instead of calling yourself or referring to yourself as a non-native speaker of English, it would be better if you label yourself, if you connect yourself to something that is positive, something that has a more positive meaning, that is more powerful. For example, the L2 speaker. If you are able to speak 2 languages, of course you can call yourself a bilingual, and it is a very good quality because there are a lot of positive quality attached to being bilingual and especially multilingual, right? Because you are able to communicate in many languages, and usually a lot of prospective employers are interested in hiring people that have that kind of quality. And then, inspired by one of the applied linguists, Professor Vivian Cook, we can also call ourselves a proficient language user. So after having that discussion, now we know that labeling ourselves as a non-native English speaker may have a negative impact to our status and identity. I would say that calling yourself as a bilingual speaker, multilingual speaker, a proficient English user, L2 speaker, L3 speaker are going to give you not only academic or professional benefit, but especially a personal benefit, that you are going to start feeling better about yourself. And this is something that we should not overlook because it has something to do with our self-confidence and how we perform as a speaker of additional language. It should be something that is going to empower us and not something that will give us a negative label. So I've been working with a lot of English educators, a lot of speakers of English as a second language, as a foreign language, as an additional language. And some of them, unfortunately, are still lacking of self-confidence. And it is something that we should overcome, especially those who are working in English as a foreign language setting, or English as a second language setting, or English as a medium of instruction setting. So hopefully in the next discussion, we are going to be able to explore the status of English as a global language, as a lingua franca, because there are a lot of labels, attached to English. As a speaker of English as an additional language, as an L2 speaker, as a multilingual speaker, as a bilingual speaker, we need to start thinking that we have that positive quality. Being able to communicate in another language is going to open doors to, a lot of opportunities, and not the other way around. But unfortunately, there are a lot of prejudices. There are a lot of, as I said previously, negative perceptions attached to people who did not grow up learning English as the first language. It is one of our tasks to promote the idea that mastering a foreign language shows our quality as a human being. So instead of highlighting the failure that we have in resembling the native speaker of whatever foreign language that we are learning, we need to celebrate our quality, our achievement of being able to master foreign languages. So if you're still calling yourself as a non-native English speaker, probably in your social media, your website, your professional platform, such as your CV, or in presenting yourself in, academic or professional forum, then I would recommend that you stop using that term. Instead, use the terms that we have discussed previously: the second language speaker, the bilingual speaker, the multilingual speaker, or the proficient English user. If you think that this type of video is useful, please give us thumbs up to let us know that we need to create this type of video in the future. Stay safe wherever you are. Take care of yourself and each other. Bye-bye.